Yes, the problem with the Akashic record is that we add to it. Our imaginations are all in it. The record of our imaginations, they can be read as reality because they are reality. Reality is thought, and imaginations are thought. The whole point is that we're children of God, you see. We are co-creators with our Heavenly Dad and all the host of heaven. It's all there, all ever to be. Every branch of it, so to speak, can be filled into an eternity of creativity and being. There is quite simply no limit to the fullness of God. It is a boundary that ever moves as we move to it or with it, you could say, or even beyond it. I've lost what I mean now, but you pick up something of it, don't you? Bless you. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. It means that something like the amazing discourses of people like Rudolf Steiner are both imagination and reality because they've imagined it. We're like that, you see. We are the creativity of God. And that's why it's so necessary to be so hard trained here, so to speak, in this universe on earth, that we be safe in what we imagine. You see, you don't want it to be like, oh, I had a bad dream, Mum. Oh, and you just want the child's mind to be on safe track. We are the children of God, and He wants us most earnestly to be on utterly safe track. And that's what He's doing here in this world, as far as I can see. He's training us to be safe in our fantastic capacity that He's nurturing in us. And quite simply, you see, He's a wonderful parent, lovely dad. We should love Him with all our heart, soul, mind and strength, not as some law or some command, but as some beautiful response to His kindness. What we trace as gratitude, and the glorious hope that that gives us, which is the living life, the thought of life eternal that is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within us, you see. We are embodiments. It's too tangible, but the embodiment of this is who we are. And He's fashioning who we are in His loving kindness and grace every moment of eternity. Love you, Dad. Your presence is heaven to me. Thank you, Dad. Who is this the people bless for His words of gentleness? 'Tis the Lord, oh wondrous story. is the Lord, our Prince of Glory. At his feet we humbly fall. Crown him, Lord of all. You see, he is our crown. You know, in the ancient way, echoed in Freemasonry, we cast our crowns before him, lost in wonder, love and praise. Who he is, who we are. The family of God. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Well, I'm reminded that I wanted to say in this, another aspect of the Akashic Record is that you can access any situation and live it. In that sense, a full experience of it, in fact fuller than when they were living in it, because you're aware of much more. And the vividness and reality of that is, well, you've lived it. So there's N people that feel they're incarnations of Napoleon or Jesus or whatever, because they have accessed and have the vividness of experience of being. And it's, well, it was stronger than the life they're in now. And the trace of such, the memory of such with them, the access they still have, in other words. So, although, but for such experience, they would not feel this. They do have the experience, and do feel this, and remember this. It is as if they did. Well, they have. They've lived it as the original. The extraordinary thing about heaven is that we can fully appreciate everyone's wonderfulness in the way they came to glory. The whole of their, perhaps many lives. Don't underestimate the incredible magnificence of heaven. Being part of God's family. It sounds wrong, but it's right, is to be as wonderful as him. What else could be appropriate company and gift and fellowship, but an endless variety, uniqueness of every individual, as wonderful as himself. To his glory. To our gratitude. Our unspeakable, eternal joy. Fullness of life, life eternal. And it's your inheritance and mine. It's the inheritance of all life. By his grace. In other words, because of the goodness of our God, our Dad, author of all. Love you, Dad, author of mankind, author of life, author of being, author of creation, author of loving kindness, author of gratitude, Lord of all, author of all, our wonderful friend. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. You see, it's the Mark Twain thing again, that my enemy is the person whose story I've not yet heard. But you can access everyone's more than complete story. They are your eternal family, then. You understand, you appreciate, you value. You are one with because you've had the same experience yourself now. You went through their story. You've got a common experience to chat over, to socialize with in heaven. That sounds a bit of a surprise, doesn't it? You're going to socialize in heaven. You're going to communicate endlessly in a loving, wonderful, understanding way by the grace of our heavenly God, our Dad in us, ever present, ever wonderful. Love you, Dad. But do you see, it gives us the fabric of heaven, the bonding between us all. Wow, I didn't realize that, but I've thought of it now. And it's becoming, if it indeed hasn't already become, part of the eternal experience of us all. Wow. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.